Alright, hello and welcome back to my channel. Let's dive right in. Alright, let's get started talking about this art piece. So first I want to go over the materials, which are I got some new technology for doing my artwork. I bought myself a 2018 iPad. It's the 9.7 inch, and that's the 6th generation, by the way. So I decided I really wanted to get this iPad to do some new digital art stuff. I felt pretty stagnant in what I was doing with my digital art, and I wanted to sort of branch out more, but also be able to have it be more versatile and portable so that I don't have to get my laptop out and my drawing tablet out and have the space on my desk to, do this whole project when, I just want to sketch. I want to play around with it. I want to experiment. And if I have to do all this work to, make that happen, it doesn't feel as fun, and it's not as easy to do time-wise. So yeah, I just finally decided to get a iPad. I saved up for it for a little while, and along with this iPad I of course had to get the Apple Pencil. It is the first generation pencil to go with this iPad. And yeah, so I know it was really expensive. It kind of it was a lot to get one pencil for this, but I think it was totally worth it. Like, I've used other styluses. It doesn't even compare to the pen I have for my pen tablet. It's really cool. I do have some gripes with it, but for the most part it is amazing, and I'm super glad I spent the money on it, even though it is very pricey. And then the program I'm using for this one is Procreate. So I got to play around with that a little bit, and then I did this piece. This is my first big piece after I got the iPad, and I sort of just jumped in with it. So it is something that's pretty new for me to use this program. So there are some differences. Usually what I use on my computer is Krita, and this is, it's got the same elements to it. It's got the same tools. I just had to sort of figure out how to access them without like all my keyboard shortcuts and stuff that I'm used to. So there's been quite a learning curve with that, to figure out what's my style, how do I use this program most efficiently and stuff. And at this point, I think it's working really well for me. It's a really good program. It has got so much capability. It's got so many features. It's really no different at this point from what I can do on the laptop. The only difference that I'm really struggling with would be the brushes. I have my set of brushes and Krita that I use all the time, and those are my go-to, and I haven't been able to find any equivalents for Procreate. Even looking for different brush sets, I haven't found anything at this point that gives me the feel of what I was doing before. So that sort of means that I've had to work through some other stuff and figure out what my style is and what my workflow is really on this new program. So that's been really fun to experiment around with it, and that's really what's really fun about art, I find, is the parts where you don't really know what's going to happen with it, and you get to just try and see what's going to happen. I really love that. So this has been really amazing to work with this new program, and with the Apple Pencil, it's so much fun. Yeah, so those are my first impressions with having it for about 3 weeks at this point. Maybe 4. No, I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of what's jumped out at me at this point. what I see as being an issue and what's been fun. But overall, I really love this. The program and the iPad. There's so much I can do with it art-wise that, it's really changed a lot about how I do digital art. It's really fun. So really quick about this artwork. This was an idea that sort of just showed up in my brain at some point and was like living there in the back of my brain, and eventually I was like, well, I guess I just have to do it. It's been back there for a while. It never was like inspiration struck. It was just like always there. I don't know. It was hanging out there for a while. So I decided I was gonna do a mermaid, and she's sort of wrapped up in all this debris and stuff that's left in the ocean, ocean garbage and stuff. It's a really big problem for ocean animals, and like there are a lot of pictures of sea turtles stuck in it, and it's really painful to look at and feel it for me, because I am such an ocean lover. But I was thinking, how could I make this even more of an emotional feeling to other people? And I thought, well, if I put it as like this mythical creature that's sort of more humanoid, then it sort of gives it like it's very exotic, and doesn't feel like a human exactly is being attacked by this, but it still has a very visceral feeling seeing someone wrapped up in this. And it's sort of a different approach to having like an animal that's maybe a little harder to relate to, but having this mermaid that still we can't exactly relate to her because she's a mythical creature, but it's something that we understand the humanness of it, which is what makes it so powerful. So that was sort of the idea there, was just highlight the problem with having trash in the oceans in a little bit of a different way than what I've been thinking of it in the past. So this was a really interesting piece to do. My one regret with this piece really is that I chose to do line art, and I don't know, I don't really like line art in digital art for myself. Like, I know other people can do it really well, but I don't think I like it when I do it that way. I like it much better when I do it more painterly. Like, that just fits better for me and my style, I think. I also enjoy, the process of it more. Like, it's so easy to do line art. And I don't know, it feels like the coloring process is a little bit lessened by that, just coloring it in. I don't know. But yeah, I think I just went with line art for this piece because it was so much easier than like I was adjusting to these new brushes, and I didn't really know which ones I would like for painting and coloring in stuff, but I found a really great inking brush, so I decided to just don't worry about the doing it painterly. We'll just do the line art with this brush. But then I ended up not really loving how the line art looks. I do really like the color that I chose for it. It's a sort of dark green color that kind of goes with her same color as her hair, and that toned it down a lot. So I do like having colored line art, and I love line art traditionally. Like, most of my pieces will have it, but I don't know, it didn't work for me in this one. So fortunately, there will be other pieces that I can try this out on. So yeah, that's mostly all I had to say about this piece. I hope you enjoyed watching my first experiment with Procreate and drawing on my iPad with the Apple Pencil. This has been so much fun for me to experiment and stuff and get to know my new materials. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and maybe leave a comment. That would be great. So thank you so much. Alright, until next time, live life respectfully. Bye.